Hey guys, this is Jonathan from Fitness for Freedom. Today we are going to show you how to work on your balance. So balance is really important, but it's often a very underrated part of a person's exercise program. What I mean by that is people tend to not work on it until their balance starts to get very poor, or they realize that their balance needs to be a little bit better. Maybe they walk on uneven surfaces, or they have to reach up on their tippy toes on one foot to try to reach something up on a high shelf or something like that. Which is why I recommend doing balance exercises as part of your workout. I definitely recommend doing them as part of your warm-up or part of your rest. So if you're in between exercises and you're not really doing anything, then just standing on one foot or practicing your balance can be a really good way to help you improve your balance without really thinking about it too much, okay? Now there's a few different steps that you can take to improving your balance. The first is, or a few different exercises or progressions to help you improve your balance. So the first step is, or first progression is just standing on 2 feet. And are you able to stand on 2 feet? If you increase the squishiness of the surface that you're standing on, that is going to make it more challenging to stand, and maybe is a good place for you to start. Of course, the squishy surface applies to all of the variations that we're about to go through. So if at any time you want it to be more challenging without going to a harder exercise, stand on a pillow or stand on something that is a little bit more squishy. Okay, so we're on 2 feet right here. So we're ready, most people will be ready for the next progression right away. And that is closing your eyes, okay? So now, I realize that for most people this will be okay, but for some people this is going to be a definite challenge and something that you need to work on. So I would recommend doing it close to a wall if you have to. And if you are not able to balance on 2 feet with your eyes closed, then stand on the squishy surface with your eyes open, and that'll be a good place for you to start. Okay, so now the next progression is, of course, standing on 1 foot. Okay, so now if we're standing on 1 foot like this, then we're going to have to work on our balance. For a lot of people, this is going to be a little bit more challenging, or it's going to be a little bit harder for them to do. And if that's the case, then I recommend you keep your toe close to the floor, okay? And then if you're about to lose your balance, and by gently pushing your toe down into the floor, that'll help you work on your ankle strength and help you work on your proprioception much more than if you just grab a wall or a post or something to help you keep your balance. Because then your arm and your shoulder is going to take over, and it's going to take the load, and you're not actually going to be able to improve your balance as quickly or as effectively as if you just touch your toe down just a little bit to maintain your balance, okay? Now, once you can stand on 1 foot for about 30 seconds or so, then you're ready to try it with your eyes closed, okay? So by standing with your eyes closed, then that's definitely going to force you to work on your proprioception and your ankle strength to be able to balance yourself. Now, of course, I balance pretty often, I practice balance pretty often, so mine's pretty good, but almost everyone will have trouble by that point, okay? But if you can handle it with your eyes closed, then maybe it's time to introduce something that's a little bit more fun, a little more interactive, and that is throwing a ball against a wall, okay? So you can stand just like this and throw a ball against the wall and catch it, except what I'm doing here is throwing the ball so it comes basically directly back to my chest. If you really want to improve your balance, or you're interested in making it a little bit harder, then I recommend throwing the ball and trying to catch it with 2 hands and throwing it on an angle so it ends up a little bit off of your body, okay? So what I mean by that is I have to reach down here to catch it, or I have to reach up here to catch it, or something like that. And by moving the ball around a little bit, that's going to make you work on your balance, because you have to reach for it, but also be a little bit more interactive and a little bit more fun than just standing on 1 foot with your eyes closed, okay? Now the final progression, or it's not the final progression, but this is where most people can probably stop progressing their balance, because your balance is most likely good enough. Okay, and that is taking a band, probably one that's a bit looser than this resistance, standing on 1 foot and being able to pull it across your body, okay? And then by pulling it kind of around and in all these different places, that's going to throw your body off, okay? It's going to make it harder for you to maintain your balance. You're going to have to work your hip. On this foot, you're going to have to work your hip abductors. You're going to have to work the proprioception muscles in your ankle, and it's going to be very challenging for you to stand on 1 foot. Of course, if you're on any of these progressions and you feel like, you know what, this is a little bit hard for me, again, toe touch, just a little bit. And then just by having your toe down, then just a little bit, that's still going to help you work on improving your balance without taking the balance component right out of the exercise right from the very beginning. All right, if you found this video helpful, you found it entertaining, or enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel or like our page because we deliver content just like it every week. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the box below. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time.